Greetings, this is Aria Zoner. I recently completed the Master Biodecoding training offered by the Biodecoding Institute. This training has changed the way I view illness and has given me many new insights which I hope to discuss later. For now though, I'd like to share with you 5 specific conditions that can cause an event to biologize into an illness. Biologizing is the process of the body physically altering to a change in reality. At times of conflict, persecution, or abuse, this altering can become a disease. If this kind of event happens and has the following 5 conditions occur at the same time during it, it can be a real recipe for disaster, especially if you're not aware of what's happening. So listen up. Although a conflictual, persecutive, or abusive event may be harmless on the surface and over in a matter of moments, the residual damage from the emotional response to the event remains and must be resolved. If it becomes fixated or further events occur, it can continue to trigger the biology, creating physical symptoms that appear sooner or later. These symptoms may even seem unrelated to the event, to the untrained eye that is. A biologized illness, however, as this course points out, is actually an adaptation created by the body to cope with the stress that is generated by an event, and is not a random disease without purpose to the body. By understanding this, you can begin to end and even reverse the damage of many illnesses. In a lot of cases, it could be as simple as creating a new, healthier environment for the body to readapt in, hopefully becoming stronger in the process too. Let's look closely at what these 5 conditions are and see how we can protect ourselves from them, should they happen to us. A biologized illness is the result of a specific event. The physical and emotional sensations that were experienced during it are traumatic and become biologically encoded as a trauma imprint. At its core, this imprint is merely your perception of the event and can therefore be decoded. If the trauma is left unresolved, however, subconsciously it can become an emotional trigger point which can continue to cause unmanageable amounts of stress hormones to be released into the body well into the future, possibly disabling an organ or stimulating the growth of a cancer tumor. Biodecoding begins by understanding that both illness and healing happen over time. To recover from an event, use time to your advantage by being completely present in your body. This means avoiding anxious thoughts of anticipation and the anxiety of remembrance. Give yourself quality time instead. The important lesson here is that you can't change time, but you can change your perception of what happens in time. This realization may be the only thing that can free you from trauma imprints and their negative influence on health. Our initial reaction to an event is like a doorway for disease to get into our body. Through the narrow keyhole of our mind's perception, it gallops in, possibly leaving us slightly paralyzed at first, then completely crippled later. Christian says specifically that biologized illnesses are not just the result of humiliation or physical injury, but also words, images, and even when the unexpected happens, 2 primary components to regaining a sense of assurity are developing a solid understanding of the specific event and finding acceptance of its occurrence. When someone is overwhelmed with a sense of helplessness or is unable to work towards a solution to a situation, illness can set in. Simply put, when there is conflict, there is stress. And when there are no solutions to the conflict, there is even more stress. When this happens, finding something to move forward towards is critical. Without maintaining a sense of achievement, rigor mortis and depression can take over. Ironically, feeling a lack of solution to an event can raise even more unanswered questions regarding it. This only stimulates confusion, which is further stressful to the emotional body. Both helplessness and confusion can lead to physical symptoms that may not appear until later. Drama in this case is not simply having a difference in opinion, but experiencing a deep conflict between what's happening inside oneself and what's happening in the external world. In Christian's words, it's the opposite of inner peace. It's no coincidence then that the more or less intense the drama, the more or less intense the symptom. A biologized illness can result from experiencing either a single brutal event or less dramatic but repetitive events. Finding peace and stillness is crucial to maintaining health when drama strikes. Traumatic events can happen to groups of people as well, but in these cases, a sense of communal struggle is usually generated that can prevent illness from happening. When trauma is lived out in isolation, however, a person can easily have trouble handling the emotional disposition and the resulting hormonal repositioning resulting from it. For solitary events, supportive groups and self-expressive arts are therapeutic. Whether recovering alone or in the company of support, the influence of an event can linger into the days ahead. The haunting of dreams is a surefire sign of traumatic lingering and can only be ended by investigating and dissolving the root issue. Finding the influence, experience, or event that has led to an illness is the job of a biodecodist. Along with this skill, the Master Biodecoding training also teaches its practitioners how to reverse engineer the inner and outer environment of the patient to assist them in readapting to health. More importantly though, Christian teaches that by being aware of these 5 event conditions, illnesses of the future can be prevented now. Visit the Biodecoding Institute to learn more about this fascinating branch of holistic healthcare and to get your free Level 1 training in it.